Dear students, in this video, we'll be learning a new lesson, Applications of Definite Integral. Students, we have studied definite integral and the properties of definite integral in the previous chapters. The definite integral has many applications in science and mathematics. In this lesson, we shall study the geometrical application of definite integral, particularly finding the area bounded by a region or area under the curve. Now, to find the area under the curve or area of a region bounded by certain curves, we should first draw the sketch of the curve if possible, which encloses the region whose area to be calculated. Now, for the evaluation of area bounded the curves, certain curves, we need to know the nature of the curves and their graphs. Here we will learn the shapes, geometrical shapes or geometrical figures, that is parabola and ellipse and their shapes. So first we will consider the parabola, standard forms of parabola. So here I have drawn the standard form of a basic form of a parabola. Here it is the shape which is drawn from the quadratic equation. So here the parabola whose vertex is at the x-axis. So the x-axis is called axis of parabola. And there is a focus inside the parabola and there is a vertical line which is perpendicular to the x-axis or the axis of parabola, which is at a distance equal to the distance from the vertex to the focus. So if it is 2 units from the vertex, then this distance from the vertex to the directrix also 2 units. Now we will consider the basic forms or the standard forms, that is y square is equal to 4ax. It's a second degree equation and this is the parabola which opens towards right and whose vertex is at the origin and the focus will be A0. Coordinates are A and 0. And the directrix will be at an equal distance from the vertex to the focus, that is A units here. So here the distance from the origin to the directrix also A units, but it is to the left. Therefore the point will be minus a. So x is equal to minus a and we know x is equal to minus a is the line passing through the point minus a. Now we see the shape of y square is equal to minus 4ax. Instead of 4ax it is minus 4ax. So the parabola opens towards left. So the focus will be f of, here in the textbook we use the capital S in place of F. So minus A0, coordinate minus A0 is the focus of this parabola, and in this case the directrix will be the line x is equal to plus A. Now third one, x square is equal to 4by, which is the parabola opening towards up and whose focus is at the point 0b and origin is vertex is at the origin and the directrix is the line y is equal to minus b. The last one, x square is equal to minus 4by, is the parabola opens towards down whose focus is at the point ordered by 0 minus b and the directrix is the line y is equal to b. Now we learn the standard forms of ellipse and we know ellipse is an oval shaped figure. See, as per this figure there are two focus, that is each one is on opposite side of the origin, that is towards right and left as per this the figure. And the line which is passing through each focus is called the latus rectum. Now we learn the first shape, that is x square upon the standard equation is x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is equal to 1, where a and b are the distances from the origin to the boundary along the x-axis and from the boundary to the from the origin to the boundary along the y-axis respectively. That is, here in the first case a greater than b, that is the distance along x-axis is more than the distance along y-axis. Now as the distance along x-axis is more, we call this x-axis as major axis and y as minor axis. And the foci, that is the point C0 and minus C0 are the focus on both sides of the origin. Now the another figure, another ellipse whose in this case a less than b, that is the major axis will be the y-axis, a less than b, and the shorter distance is along x-axis and the longer distance along y-axis. Now we learned the formula to find the area under the curve. Let A be the area bounded by the curve y is equal to f of x-axis and bounded between the lines x is equal to a and x is equal to b. Let us see the diagram. Here y is equal to f of x, the curve is shown, and x-axis and PR or x is equal to a and x is equal to b are the lines in between the region where we need to find the area. We don't want to find the area of the area under the complete curve. We find the area of this region, shaded part only. So the formula is integral a to b y dx, where y is equal to f of x, and integral a to b means the limits x is equal to a and x is equal to b f of x dx. Now we find the area bounded by the curve x is equal to g of y, means the area under the curve towards y-axis, and the lines y is equal to c and y is equal to d shown, and the shaded portion we will find the area using the formula integral c to dx dy, where x, c and d are the limits of y. So y is equal to c to y is equal to d, g of y dy. Integral c to d g of y dy is the formula to find the area in this case, that is area under the curve towards y-axis. Next we will find the area bounded between two curves as shown in figure. Let y is equal to f of x and y is equal to g of x are two curves, and the area, shaded area of the region, that is the shaded part, we need to find the area. Here we will first find the area under this curve y is equal to f of x, means we will get the area under this curve till x-axis, and then we find the area under this curve y is equal to g of x. Here also we get the area from the curve to the x-axis, but we don't want the area till x-axis, we need only this shaded region. So we will subtract the below part, that is area under the curve y is equal to g of x, from the area under the curve y is equal to f of x. So we get the required area. This area is equal to modulus. Modulus here we use because if we get a negative value, we will consider the positive value only. So modulus integral x is equal to a to b f of x dx minus integral a to b g of x dx. Now if the curve under consideration is below the x-axis, then the area bounded by the curve x-axis and lines x equal to a to line x equal to b is negative, we consider the absolute value that I have explained here. That is, required area is equal to integral a to b f of x dx and whose modulus is considered. The curve will be like this, below the x-axis. Now we learned the area below the x-axis will be negative, but we consider it as positive by taking the absolute value. Now the area of the portion lying above the x-axis is always positive. Now the next case is the curve which is split into two from the x-axis or y-axis also possible. Here in the diagram it is shown that the curve is split into two parts. That is, some part is below the x-axis and some part is above the x-axis. In this case, we find the area separately. That is the region below the x-axis and above the x-axis, and then we add the areas. That is, A1 is the region under the curve below x-axis and to the line x is equal to a. Here x is equal to t. So integral a to t f of x dx will be the area A1 and its absolute value should be taken as it is below the x-axis. And A2 is the area under the curve which is above the x-axis, and in between the lines x is equal to t to x is equal to b. So the area A2 is equal to integral t to b f of x dx, and we will add these areas A1 and A2. We get the entire area of the shaded region. Now the sums related to this part are solved in the next video. Thank you.